Hanging on the wall. She used it.
Yeah.
All right, welcome everybody to our school board meeting. Please rise. Pledge allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Hope everybody enjoyed their holiday breaks. Maybe got to see some sun instead of rain. My house was enough for that, so. All right, Chris, roll call.
Anderson.
Present.
Badiford.
Present.
Kuchar.
Present.
Holstein.
Present.
Ravitch present. Doobie.
Present.
And Yaris excused.
All right, any additions and deletions, changes to the agenda?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to add item D, first reading to the non-consent, first reading of the 24-25 middle school handbook. And item E, first reading of the 24-25 high school handbook. And item F, the purchase of a semi-load of paper for the school.
Any other discussion? Motion and
Move to approve the consent, move to approve the agenda.
motion support. Now any discussion on it? Seeing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Community comments on the agenda items. The addition. Okay, move on to the consent agenda.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to approve the consent agenda and pay the bills totaling $1,293,747.23.
Motion support. Any discussion? None. Roll call.
Badiford.
Yes.
Anderson.
Yes.
Kuchar.
Yes.
Holstein.
Yes.
Ravitch, yes. Doobie.
Yes.
6-0.
Mr. President, I just like to welcome Rudy. He's in the audience here, giving him school ELA. So thanks for coming out. It was nice meeting you and having dinner with you.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Communication. Right there. Paul.
Thank you, President Doobie. A couple things. Wanted to first let you know that our mapping is complete. It's in your board packet what the maps look like towards the back, or maybe towards the middle. It's a big packet. But what this is for, the company CRG, Critical Response Group, they create up-to-date maps that has everything on it. It has electricity shutoffs, water shutoffs, access to the roof. It has everything on it, and what they do is they share that with all first responders for our community. And I have a meeting set up for August 1st with the CRG company and with the first responders just to go over it, to review those maps, and they will all have them in case of emergency. So it's a pretty good safety feature that we have, and we're glad that that's taken care of. And we also have purchased you already approved the numbering system around the school and within the building, the numbers. And really, we wanted to have this mapping done first so that the numbers were correct. We didn't want to have the start numbers and then this map changes it. So it's kind of been a long process, but I think we did it right, and those numbers hopefully will be going up soon, and we'll see some movement on that.
Is that what the little bubbles on the maps are? Where you see like the 4 or 5? That's the numbers. Like
It should be. See.
You know, we're looking at the first.
Oh, those are the door numbers. Yep, it should be. Yep, those are the door numbers, and that's exactly what we went off of for the other company that did the door numbers, the exterior door numbers. That's what those are. Yeah, and we did add all doors now, not just the main doors, because if there was an emergency in some side door and there's no number, how do we know what door to go to? So they all will be numbered now on the exterior. You have approved, or I think you approved in the consent agenda, the lineman program approval from the State Street Academy in Bay City. Pretty interesting situation. It's kind of like the Career Center, but State Street Academy is an alternative school that they're starting a lineman program where the students get a lot of certifications, and when they leave us, they can go get jobs with consumers and some other companies which our Career Center didn't have. And they didn't want to compete. That's not what they were doing. They wanted a different program. And I think we have 2 students that are scheduled to do this program. So they'll leave in the afternoon just like our Career Center students do. And the curriculum is in there, which we had to approve that as well because we didn't have that curriculum in our guidebook. So thank you for that. And our students, the 2 this year and the future, I'm sure appreciate that. Title IX approval, we will hear from our policy committee in a little bit about our Title IX. We had a meeting with our Neola rep, and I won't go into a lot of it, but just I know we've been talking about it, the approval, and I feel like we're in a good place to take care of this and to be in the right position with Title IX. Like I said, the last meeting is kind of weird because we still have to go with the old policy, the 2024 and before, and the new because if something turns up from the past, we have to go with that policy. So you'll hear more about that with our policy committee. Any questions about that? There'll probably be more questions during the policy committee update or discussion. Contract is in here for approval for the deputy, county deputy for our school resource officer. When we hired this organization or group, there was always a word of true up where that price could come down. And I did call and finally figured out they go from on a calendar year, not a school year. So there was no true up savings the first time because we only had them for 4 months. But this next time around, they said that in March is when we should see a rebate check for the expenses that they will not use. And usually around $2,000-3,000 will be given back to us because they said they don't use a lot of supplies, but they put them in here because they don't want to add things on to us if we, so we're not surprised by them. But we had a very good year with Deputy Campo and hope to have more good things this upcoming year. Any questions about that?
Just with the SRO, did you have any conversations with the city at all?
We didn't this time, but it's something that if the board would like us to, the next time, I know this price is still very competitive, if not better, and we would still have to hire the county for Linwood. But we have a good working relationship with our city officers. They still stop in. We're very thankful for the help that they give us, and they're here for events. But yeah, if that's something, I know we've had parents in the past talk about, we want to have some security or have the same people around. So I was thinking at least 1 more year, and if we want to try it again next year to put it out there, we can definitely do that. But the one issue is obviously the county can go out throughout our whole school district and help us with things, and they did do that multiple times last year when we needed help with things on a Sunday night that we couldn't really deal with. They were able to take care of those. So definitely some positives, but we do like working with our city also. So thank you for that.
You said the same officer from the sheriff department.
Yep. And they did say that is one way that our price could go up. Is we have a officer with a certain number of years, and for some reason, if he changes or leaves, and we get some high-ranking person that's been there for 25 years, obviously they make more than our guy that we have now. So that could they don't see that happening, and I don't see that happening, but it's a possibility that I could have to come back to you and say we had to get a different officer. Facility update: our school-based health center. There is progress. I went there today and looked around. There are some walls that are knocked out. There's a lot of drawings on the floor where things are going to be going. So they are making progress with that. The construction is underway. The scoreboard at our stadium, I don't know if you didn't see it, if you get a chance when you leave, go out that way. It is enormous. I mean, it's when you're in that parking lot, it's very impressive. They were painting it today, hoping to get it, priming it, and hoping to paint it before it rains, supposedly tonight or tomorrow. And they're expecting to actually hang the scoreboard on Wednesday. But then they have a lot of little cosmetic stuff as well. So, but it's going great. The Fogo Meadow has been out there a ton and doing amazing work for us. So we're very thankful for them to be helping us out with all that they've been doing and kind of leading the charge for this. Bus barn electrical. Did I talk to you last time about the bus barn, the electrical transformer situation that we had? Jeremy has known for a while the power has gone out occasionally. And a month ago, maybe, that there was an issue where it went out, and we had it looked at, and they said your transformer is pretty much toast. So we've been working on finding the best plan. How are we going to do that? Do we put in an old transformer that'll work, or for saving, or do you put one in that's updated and new and up to everything that needs to be? So that's the direction we're looking at doing it. And the consumers as well as Spock Electric, so I'll give you some updates on that. But that's something that they are working on. And Mount Forest Cross Country parking area and trail. If you go on 11 mile past Mount Forest Elementary, you'll see that they are making some nice progress. They've done all the drainage. There's sand down, there's actually gravel in some spots. Not complete yet, but they know that we have some fall events coming up, and that needs to be completed. So we're excited to have that going, and that should be ready for the fall event as well. Finally, the board member application, just wanted to make sure everyone knows. I know we talked about this, but anyone interested in running for our school board, the applications are due to the county clerk or election coordinator by 4 o'clock tomorrow. So that's only one day. So that's what I have. Any questions?
Thank you.
Thanks.
Staff. One shaking his head.
I mean, we can. We did give you the updated handbooks. I don't know if you want us to talk about them a little bit now. But we divided middle school and high school, divided and conquered a lot of things. You'll see in there that it's the same information, but it's a complete overhaul. A lot of things that are kind of antiquated in there. We did update stuff like our attendance policy, just more clearly defined, things like that, put it in 21F, high school specific things. Our student discipline policy is much more clearly defined in there. We were looking at getting rid of points system, but there are clear consequences to steps of corrections you'll find in there. I explained state assessments for both middle school and high school just so kids know what the expectations are and parents do as well. Our cell phone policy is updated. We were using it, but it was not clearly defined, so that's also defined there. Student dress code reflects the one that we did, I want to say, in February, March-ish. So, but that is now in there as in that we passed that. And then student code of conduct, discipline, restorative practice, all of that is in there as well. Hopefully a lot more clear and concise so parents understand, for students to see. Our plan is that when we come back to school, each teacher will take a section of that and go over it electronically with their students, and then that last Thursday, for the first Thursday, the first week, each grade level, everyone would come in and have an assembly with us. We're going to go over some of the highlights.
How did our little pilot program with the dress code?
So really good. Yep, and that's exactly what it will be from what we did for second semester. So nothing like that has changed. Same thing with cell phone policy, it's just clearly defined. We have done it with teachers as well, just making sure kids not, the high school anyway didn't have cell phones in classes, same thing with earbuds. Middle school will not change, they're not allowed to be anywhere other than their locker.
I should really pick that too much.
No.
All the bias stuff you gotta do.
The one thing that I'm really thankful for, I'm really thankful that they split it up, because it was all one. And there was a middle school section that had a few high school things in it, and there were high school things that had a few middle, and it was confusing. So now this is going to be great. I'm very happy that they split it up. And we don't plan on making a copy for every student that 70% get thrown in garbage. If it's electronic, every student will have access to it 24/7, and can never say, I don't have it, I don't know where my handbook is. They'll all have it, so. And I think we did that last year as well.
Yeah, this is one that I mean, especially with some of the specific policies like cell phone electronics, will have kind of an electronic signature with those teachers that we assign in that section too, and then that way we have a record of, we look at it, we look at it together, parents look at it, so kind of cover it all the way.
Okay.
It's great.
Anybody else say anything on that? Okay. Move on, well, let's see, our board committees, Burton?
Yeah, we met on the 9th, and it was mostly regarding textbooks, and we haven't had new ones in how many years?
15, 20.
Quite a long, yeah, it's like a lot of history has changed. Or current history.
A little bit.
Current, yeah. So, and, the gist of it though, funds have been set aside already, so that we're all ready to order. And I thought you might elaborate more if you needed to.
What are we looking at cost on? I mean, if we were to update everything that was so far out of date.
So right now, the entire social studies department, that covers history, social studies, world history, all things, 46,000, and that will cover classroom sets for everyone, also covers interactive, they're called interactive notebooks for all the students, and so they go by seats for that. But everything is updated as far as those go every year, but it's a one-time cost, it's not consumables, where you're having that cost every year, like some of our past math textbooks. But the same thing with our math sets as well, we've ordered classroom sets of algebra, I think both of our algebra classes then will be getting calculus as well, because those just have not been updated forever, and now we have a set curriculum for those kiddos as well to be in our classroom.
Very good.
So we'll order these, obviously, if we get consent here, and then do you know when you expect those in?
They'll be here by the time we're school's ready to go.
So is your teaching staff already prepared to start these?
Yeah.
So we already got through them last year, checking out the slideshows, these books,
Yeah.
so, alright, so let's get the right roll up.
Yes,
So
yeah,
it's
we've been.
pretty important that we approve these.
Yeah, they spent an entire year with these textbooks and in our DAC meetings, going over the curriculum, seeing how it would fit and how the teacher interaction part would go as well. Same thing with math, they spent a long time. They're very thorough, which I appreciate, but they definitely picked something that was user-friendly, but as well as updated to, to go with what kiddos are gonna need now and then post-secondary.
Okay, and then on policy,
Yep, we met, and basically it's Title IX that we have to do changes by August 1st, because they take effect August 1st, so these changes are just kind of bringing us up to date with the August deadline. We have to do first and second reading, I believe.
Well, no, we can do it in this one meeting with that special thing. Yeah, it's in there. Yep, we will finalize that today.
Yep.
okay, so that is. Okay, then, any other questions on that? Okay, then on to the non-consent. The school resource officer agreement.
Move to approve.
Motion support. Go with our current setup for resource officer. Any other discussion? Roll call.
Bedifer.
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Kuchar,
Yes.
Holstein,
Yes.
Ravish, yes, Doobie,
Yes.
6-0.
Okay, now on to the final reading of the Neola policy update.
Move to approve.
And can we,
Wait, let's stop for a second, guys.
You gonna read it?
yeah,
Need a motion.
it's kind of a specific motion to not allow two.
One person.
You want me to read it?
Go ahead.
Move to recognize that there is a compelling reason to adopt new Title IX policies that address recent revisions to the Title IX regulations after one meeting under bylaw 0131.1 to ensure the board's policies comply to the 24 Title IX regulations effective August 1st, 2024. I make a motion that we accept these.
Support.
And a motion support, any discussion? Seeing none, roll call.
Rabish, yes. Anderson,
Yes.
Bedifer,
Yes.
Kuchar,
Yes.
Holstein,
Yes.
Doobie,
Yes.
6-0.
Okay, and now on to the social studies textbooks.
Move to approve the purchase of the social studies textbook.
Motion,
Support.
motion support is to, at a cost not to exceed $40,666.50. That's,
Wasn't there a little addition added to that?
oh, yeah, did you-
Okay, that-
Is it a 40 or is that?
that's what's in here. Is that correct?
We don't know what the gratis total was. If it's added or not.
It's 50,000. More than
You don't
enough?
wanna see 50,
Okay.
actually.
If we're gonna, the advancement placement for government, it says, needs to be added on there for 4,800.
It's 50.
Under 50.
Would it, okay, not to exceed 50,000. And we have a motion of support on that?
Bedifer,
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Kuchar,
Yes.
Holstein,
Yes.
Rabish, yes. Doobie,
Yes.
6-0.
There.
Yep.
Additions.
Middle school.
Oh, okay, yeah, letter D, the first reading of the 24-25 middle school handbook.
Move to approve.
Yeah, motion support. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And letter E, first reading of the 24-25 high school handbook.
Move to approve.
Motion support. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Good meeting.
The paper bid from Central Michigan Paper.
Motion support. Any discussion? Give Chris a second. Okay, roll call.
Kuchar,
Yes.
Anderson, Bedifer,
Yes.
Holstein,
Yes.
Rabish, yes. Doobie,
Yeah.
6-0.
Public comments.
Just more clarification and comment. The curriculum committee met, and there was discussion of both social studies and math handbooks, but we're only buying social studies handbooks. Thank you.
Yeah, textbooks. Discussion items.
I just like to thank the staff for their nice meal.
Yeah.
Camaraderie, it's nice to sit down and have a talk after this. And hear some very interesting stories. And some more than others.
Yeah, there were some old ones. Okay. Anything else?
Move to adjourn.
And motion support? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?